Hello, guys. What's going on? It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction, bringing you another reaction video. Tonight, we're going to be giving a listen to the band called Gore, their new song, Pray. It's been out for a couple weeks. My good homie Ben helped out on this track, I believe. So big ups to Ben. I love that dude so much. But he told me this is a band to keep an eye out for next year in 2024. So, your boys got to always keep your eyes and ears to the ground. So we are going to check out Gore and their new song, Pray. So let's give it a listen. Woo! Ooh. I like the vocals. The little ominous kind of feeling. Ooh. That like falsetto range, super sick. Ooh, that drumming riff was so tight. That fill section, oh. All right, come on. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit. I thought there was gonna be a breakdown. Oh. Bruh. bro. That was great. I love it. That was great. That was awesome. Really, really sick. Shout out to the boy Ben. I love that dude. This was Gore and their new song Pray. If you have not checked this group out, I'll leave links in the description. Go show them some love. But I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think I feel like a lot of people have kind of suggested that they have definitely a Loathe influence for sure. I think that is without a doubt pretty evident in terms of like the songwriting, and at least in terms of the chord phrasings, in terms of the guitar work, feels very similar. Not in terms of like copying, but like just in terms of tonality wise, I think they really nailed the kind of like Loathe aspect of things, the real shoegazy, vibey sort of stuff, but also having like these really gnarly like guitar riffs that you just love. So I think that the comparison to Loathe is an accurate one. I'd also like to throw one else in the pool. I think they kind of remind me a lot of like older like The Plot and You. I think that one is probably a little bit more antiquated to, I feel like, their sound. A lot of people think that they kind of I would say relatively in terms of their music kind of give like Loathe meets Sleep Token, where I feel like this one's maybe a little bit more like a Loathe meets The Plot and You kind of vibe. It gave me like those like dark undertones and like a little bit of that kind of like that like bump like that kind of like really old school like Plot and You kind of riffs that I feel like if you're an old school Plot fan, I think you're gonna probably enjoy it. It also includes a lot of like, I'd argue, a little bit of like horror elements in terms of like the ominous nature of some of the shoegazy sort of elements. It kind of gives that sort of vibe. So I feel like to me, The Plot and You meets Loathe, I think is probably, at least from my perspective, I think is more of an accurate representation of, I think, their sounds collectively. So I love that. I love both of those bands a ton. So I think Gore is definitely up my alley for sure. But I also really want to give a shout out to their vocalist. I think her name, I'm going to double check right here just so I don't get it wrong. All right, guys, I was correct. I had to just double check. I wanted to make sure I was right. Haley, big salutes to her. I think she's got a great voice. I think her screaming is super tight, really aggressive, really punchy, really like kind of has this great full body sort of quality to it. I think she does great like high like fry screaming super well, but then also getting like super low and having a deep kind of like vocal chest like scream. Love that. And I don't feel like you get that too frequently, so I like kind of the juxtaposition of both and the way that they were able to kind of highlight both elements of that in this song specifically. I love that. But I also gotta give a massive shout outs to her clean vocals, because I think that's really where I'd argue she shines a lot, especially getting into that like higher register, like falsetto-y sort of stuff, and that chorus. I think that's really what, no pun intended, really made the song sing. I love that sort of higher vocal, and it doesn't seem like she's afraid to get up into that higher register. So I love that element of it. I think that's kind of what made this song to me stand out the most, and I would argue like I would hope that maybe more of their material is going to kind of find that fine-tuned line between like screaming and clean vocals. I think this does a very good job of laying the groundwork for that, but I'm very curious to see, in terms of what other music they might have coming out in the foreseeable future. I am just curious to see how far or how different they're going to kind of push Haley's vocals. I also got to give a shout out to her band, which I don't know as well, so I do apologize, but their drummer is fantastic. I love the way that he kind of fills out this song specifically. Not only does he have great drum fills, but I think the way that he's able to kind of fix some of those dead space moments with an interesting kind of drum fill or like an interesting kind of groove section. I thought that was really, really fun, really interesting, and I love that. I also got to give a shout out to the guitar player. Again, kind of finding that balance between ethereal and having really heavy, like dumb, stupid riffs. I think he does a great job of kind of finding that middle ground between both. So I love that element of having like the really kind of like shoegazy kind of like heavy cleans, a lot of reverb, a lot of delay, a lot of saturation. I think it really works well with that sort of vibe, but then also getting us into those like chucky kind of like pitch bend kind of riffs, and I love that. And then their bass player holding it down with kind of the low end and adding those like extra punches, those extra little drops, those extra moments where I think like the low end just kind of just screams, and I love that about this song specifically. So I think as a whole package, I think Gore is a very exciting band to keep an eye out for in 2024. I think they really kind of nailed that like progressive, like shoegazy metalcore sort of sound. And I'm curious if they're gonna have some more like faster songs or like heavier songs or songs with always screaming or songs with just clean singing. I think their versatility is going to be very interesting to see. And I think that's kind of what I am looking forward to in terms of their next single that they have or whatever they're going to be releasing next. Because to me, when a band can show off a song like this, it's always I'm always curious what their follow up is going to be, and if their follow up is good, then I think you got a good band on your hands, certainly. So, very, very excited. If you have not checked out Gore and you enjoyed this song, Pray, check the links in the description. Go show them some love, and also subscribe to their YouTube channel. I will also leave that linked in the description as well. If you enjoyed this reaction video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It would really mean a lot, and you would be helping out the channel. So, much love. I know I did get around to this, I think around 2 weeks later than I wanted to get around to it, but I got around to it nonetheless. So go check out Gore. Links below. If you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.